Good morning and welcome. I should say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Let me get right to the news. Now, 2022's biggest franchise flicks will include The Batman, Jurassic World Domination, Mission Impossible 7, Fantastic Beasts, The Secret of Dumbledore, and of course, five films from the superhero heavyweight itself, Marvel, beyond the superhero and long running franchises, is another sequel finally hitting the theaters after sev- after several pandemic pushbacks. Top Gun Maverick, the follow up to the 1986 action film about a reckless fighter pilot. It is slated for May 2022. That's 3 years after its original release date of July 2019. With these upcoming titles and returning fan favorites, movie theaters are hoping more audiences get back to seeing films on the big screen. Now, let's see here. Get back to where I was at. This is the problem with having several windows open. Now, today in the United States is National Spaghetti Day. So, yes, National Spaghetti Day on January 4th offers an opportunity to pick up your sauce and add it to that long, thin cylindrical pasta of Italian and Sicilian origin, usually made from Seminole flour. This pasta has been a worldwide favorite for ages, loved by millions. Now, let's continue on. All right. Don't call people, quote, Americans, end quote, leading park groups debuts Woke Guide. The National Leading Parks nonprofit released a lengthy guide on how to speak in woke terms, including tips like avoiding the use of the term Americans and making sure the term white is lowercase while black may be capitalized. Apparently, these people also don't know English, but whatever. The National Recreation and Park Association, NRPA, exhaustive 17-page equality language guide for parks and recreation professionals include meticulous instructions on words on what words are acceptable or unacceptable for speaking about race, gender, sexual orientation, and ability. The caution with this word in our PA's guide says about calling people Americans. When we talk about parks and recreation serving communities, we are usually talking about how they serve all people, whether or not they are U.S. citizens. The guide says avoiding the guide says advising that people avoid the term Americans generally for a group and use resident or members of a community as more inclusive approach. God. The guide also says the term white should be lowercase, but black may be capitalized as recognition of how language evolves over time. Excuse me. The term reflects a sharply shared identity and culture rather than a descriptor of skin color. The guide says the capitalized term black, mm, even terms minority and person of color, are not acceptable according to the NRPA. Kelloggs sued over strawberry Pop Tarts. The breakfast food giant is being sued in a new class action alleging Kellogg's misleading consumers about what they're really eating when they bite into toaster pastries. A New York woman named Elizabeth Russet is leading the crusade against Kellogg's. In her suit, she claims that the fruit filling in Kellogg's whole grain frosted strawberry toaster pastries is mostly other fruits. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, the Pop Tarts in question are actually heavier on pears and apples than strawberries, which she insists are not enough to provide the berries nutritional benefits, let alone a strawberry taste. Russet claims that Kellogg's is using their packaging to fool folks who want a snack packed with more strawberries. She says the damages exceed $5 million dollars, and she wants to see Pop Tarts labeled more accurately. For God's sake, really, people? I mean, it's Pop Tarts. We're not talking nutritious food. Let's see here now. One and two adults still argue and compete with their brothers and sisters. Excuse me. The poll of 2,000 adults with at least one sibling finds that 51% still have a competitive relationship with their brothers and sisters. Many can't help but compete over career goals, 26%, and even home ownership, 22%. Meanwhile, another 20% still argue over who is their parents' favorite in the family. The same percentage consistently strive to outdo the siblings in the kitchen. Other areas brothers and sisters keep battling over include their vacation destinations, who drives a nicer car, and their skills as a parent. Just under 1 in 5, 17%, report they've had a rivalry with their sibling at every stage of their lives. Interestingly, though, even more, 43% believe their competition heightens each year around big gift giving holidays like birthdays and Mother's Day. Surprisingly, Christmas is not on that list. 1 in 3 admit to starting fires from cooking meals they didn't know how it made. They didn't know how it made make. What? 1 in 3 adults admitted starting fires from kitchen meals they didn't know how it made make. Okay, somebody really needs to proofread these stories. A survey of 2,000 individuals looked at how they get creative when cooking, only to find that many believe it's not an easy feat. 1/3 of Americans had to break out fire extinguishers while cooking a dish they had no clue how to make. Despite that, it hasn't stopped more chefs from being creative and getting healthy in the kitchen. Nearly 1 in 5, 17%, try to create healthy versions of meals every time they step into the kitchen, with 35% doing this very often. 7 in 10 say cooking is one of their favorite ways to express their creativity. And I do want to thank you for stopping by and watching today. Let's see here. We have Snorterpoopus Q or Q, Snorter Snort is in the chat, and so far that's the only one I see. And I do want to thank you for stopping by today. I do appreciate everyone who will watch this both live and on the replay. Thank you so much, and have a great day.